Okay. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the call. We've been chatting a little bit. We are really excited tonight to have Diamond Ambassador Erin O'Keefe on the call. And Erin is going to share with us all kinds of information I know she has prepared today. She told me a little bit about it earlier. Oh, my goodness. That is some green personality coming out right there. And she's got a blue shirt on.
My
So,
ear giants got to represent.
oh, good. Awesome. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Erin, you want to first just tell us a little bit about your Plexus journey, what has happened to you in the last 4 years, you say?
Yeah, almost five. Come March, it'll be 5 years. So, yeah, I joined in March of 2014 and really got a fast start. I mean, explosive, really. It was kind of mind blowing. Not that, I did it all. I had a lot of people helping me. But, when I started, I used to be a teacher and I was in a lot of debt and like most people struggling with being tired and not sleeping well and not losing baby weight and just feeling yucky. So, I ordered the products from my friend Kathleen as a customer first, fell in love. Within 2 weeks, I joined as an ambassador and just wanted to tell every single person with a pulse about these products because I knew it, and I knew that I was feeling good and I knew everyone else was feeling crappy and I wanted to be the one to tell them. So I hit the ground running and, since then I've been able to leave my teaching career, which was something I've always wanted to do. I stay at home with my kids, I work at home and, things are things like, the trips to Hawaii, the cars, they're things. The time freedom that has come with this income has been what's been the biggest blessing. Like this week, my kids were sick all week. One was sick and the other was sick. I didn't have to call in sick to work. I didn't have to prepare sub notes. I didn't have to call, print, take time off and do all that or send them sick, which I've done before. Didn't have to do any of that. So that's been the biggest gift, the other stuff that goes along with being a Plexus Jewel is such a blessing. Annual trips to Hawaii in the car and all that. But really just being able to be there for my family and be present and have great memories has been the best part. So, and get out of debt, man. That was nice.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely a big plus. Okay, so you've had an amazing year. Obviously, you've had an amazing 4.5 years. But this year has been pretty explosive for you. So, sorry, my dogs are barking. So tell us like what you have prepared, because I know you have a bunch of stuff. So just go ahead and give it to us. Oh yeah, and everybody, I hope I've got paper and a pen, and I hope you're taking notes because afterwards I'm going to post in the rocking group, and I want all of your notes. So take some good notes, like I am.
Take some good notes. Don't just show up, be present, and take notes. Because I'm going to bring it tonight. My goal is to be an asset to you. I want to be able to pour into you and provide you with tools. The biggest thing, you're not going to be able to take everything and run with it tomorrow. But if you find 1 to 2 things that you can start applying tonight or tomorrow, that's what I want you to do. You're not going to be able to reinvent yourself overnight or even apply everything that I'm going to teach you overnight, but you can pick out a couple things and I want you to run with them. Jana, I was just thinking today, like how far we've come. I don't know if you remember the first call I did with you. Maybe 6 months in, it was right after I got back from Silver Stars. We didn't even have Zoom. It was like audio.
Yes.
We've come a long way in the last 5 years.
Yes, every single week we did an audio call.
So anyway, so like I said, I want you to learn tonight, apply, but I want you from here to become an asset to someone else. And that's when you're going to start standing out and stepping up your game, is when you start teaching others. So don't just be a taker, be a giver. Take from me tonight. I want you to be present. I want you to take, because I'm going to give. Then I want you to turn around and give to someone else. And that's when you're going to start stepping out and standing, setting yourself apart from everyone else on your team. And that's when you truly start becoming a leader and duplicating. I titled this 5 Steps to Building a Profitable Small Business Online. All right. But before I get into the 5 steps, I want to talk about 3 things. I want to talk about consistency and showing up. If you are going to be building an online business, you need to be consistently showing up online. And that doesn't mean 5 to 6 posts a day. I'm going to give you my formula in a second. 1 post a day, 3 posts a day, mixing up your posts, but you need to build an online presence to where people want to tune into your page. And I could do a whole call on this, and we're going to touch a little bit here and there. But the biggest part that I'm going to ask you is to show up. When you are consistent, you build trust. When you are inconsistency leads to untrust, and you need to be trusted in this industry. This is a people business, this is a people industry, and you need people loving you and trusting you, because when they're ready, you want them coming to you. So that's first and foremost. I think if anything, I can tell you that is my biggest strength, is that I show up. You know, this week I was like a slacker for 3 days, like 3 days, that's it. And I was like, oh my God, this is horrible. I got to stop being a slacker, because I'm always so consistent with how I run my day and my business. My passion for this company is like a 12 out of 10, maybe higher. That drives me. I am completely unwavering in this company and these products, and I know what I know, and I know these products work, and I'm not afraid to tell people that. The only thing I ever worry about is people taking them consistently, because that's when they don't work, right? Is when they're sitting on the counter. So no one can tell me these products don't work. So that's why I'm so like passionate, and people feed off passion. They don't want someone saying, well, you know, if they don't work, you get your money back. Stop saying that. You need to say, girl, these are going to work. I'm going to be the person that changes your life, and you just got to trust me to take these every day. Isn't that such a difference? I never say, oh, they don't work, you get your money back. Stop saying that. I'm also very like, I give you some tough love and some smacks upside the head. So please love me, because I do it out of love. I've also in the last few months developed a message, and my message has been that, and I don't exactly come out and say my message, but I try to portray it that if you order or join me, I'm going to help you win. I'm going to help you get a health win. I'm going to help you get a financial win. You just have to trust me, and you have to be, you know, vulnerable enough to know that if you join me, I'm going to help you get a win. And sometimes I say it in my post, sometimes it's just how I act online, but I want people to follow me, and I want them to, people are attracted to strength, people are attracted to fun, people are attracted to people that stand out a little bit. So these are the, you know, the 3 things I want to share with you before I get in. The training I'm about to give you, I spent a lot of money on. I went on this retreat recently. I spent thousands of dollars. I've taken courses, and I'm going to give you my highlights for free. So you don't have to spend the money. And I doubt I delivered them as amazing as the people that delivered them to me, but I'm going to try. And if it helps you, that's all I can hope. Okay, so 5 steps. Are we ready? Number 1, it's 2-part. Prospecting and marketing, okay? Prospecting is just the art of finding people. If you are brand new in this company, you have a hot market, you have a warm market, you don't have to worry about finding people, you just have your people. And you really have 1 shot to get the word out there. And good momentum will last a good 18 months to 2 years, but you really have 1 shot to get your word out there, okay? I've been in this 4.5, almost 5 years. I've blown through that. And not that my warm market still doesn't follow me, and I believe one day they'll eventually join me or order from me. But I've had to learn how to develop new relationships, find new people, you know, love on new people, constantly be in that building relationship mode, because you can't build a people business without people. And there's tons of people out there on social media. You just got to go out there and find them. And if you want later, I can teach you some ways that I do that. I just don't want to get sidetracked. So if you have any questions while I'm doing this, write them down, because I'm a total squirrel and I could easily get sidetracked. All right, I'm looking at my notes. Okay, so prospecting, you guys have to put the relationship first. You are a human first. You are a friend, a daughter, a sister, a wife. You are a human first. You are a marketer second. And people will know if you come at them with commission breath, okay? Commission breath means you just coming after them for the sale, and people can sense that. What does that look like? Copy and pasting mass messages. I've done it. All these things that I'm saying I've done, I've made all the mistakes, so you don't have to, okay? I've changed everything, how I've done everything in this last year, 6 to 8 months, and it's really helped me. And I've personalized everything, and it takes more time and it takes more energy, but it comes off so much more sincere. So you're a human first, marketer second, okay? So that's prospecting, just kind of the art of bringing people into your life and finding people. And you guys have to be working with a list. whether you're working on 20 people a month or 100 people over the next 3 months, you have to be working off a list, all right? And you have to get a planner and get organized. I'm a total type A, like everything's color-coded freak. So if you're not like that, I don't know what to tell you. It gives me anxiety. Okay, so that's the prospecting part. The second part to that is marketing. This is a little bit harder because posting on social media can be difficult. Now, what I've changed everything on how I post because of the course I've taken, and it's really helped bring people to me again instead of me going after people. And the way I've done it is through curiosity posts. I don't even use Plexus anymore. I don't say Plexus on my wall. Listen, this might like give you anxiety. It's me. It's what I'm doing. You don't have to do it. If you don't buy into what I'm saying, that's okay. You don't have to do everything I'm telling you to do. But for me, I stopped saying Plexus. I say things like my wellness company or these ninja supplements or the amazing probiotics that I'm taking. I don't give the word Plexus because here's the deal, guys. When I started a few years back, no one was selling anything on Facebook. And now everyone is selling something. Everyone's selling something on Facebook. They're in different companies. They're using Facebook as a promoting. I wanted to stand out. I wanted to be different. And the way to be different was to not be blasting ads on my wall. So for me, that's what I've changed. So I do curiosity posts. I'll do a before and after, and I won't say Plexus. I'll give a little story, a little blurb. So that way, the new people that are my new Facebook friends, I'd be like, what do you do? And this is exactly what happens. My old Facebook friends, they know I'm in Plexus. But all these new friends that I'm adding, now they're coming to me and saying, what is that person taking? And I'm like, oh God, this is working. I do 15 posts a week, average-ish. I kind of have a little formula. I try to do 10 lifestyle posts. I post about my life. Right now I'm in gymnastics season, so that's a highlight of my life. I was a soccer wife in the fall. Over the summer, I was doing a lot of tips on, life hacks, like silly stuff. But I try to do like 10 lifestyle posts a week, 4 curiosity posts where I don't mention Plexus, and then 1 power post a week. And the power post could be a straight up in your face, business opportunity, product, whatever, post about Plexus. So that's kind of what I do. So it's working for me. But the reason why I do curiosity posts, think about it. When you get intrigued by a movie, it's usually from the movie trailer, right? And if the movie trailer is giving you the ending of the movie, you're not going to go see the movie because now you already know the ending. But that's what so many of us are doing on Facebook. We're giving the ending of the movie and not getting people like interested or intrigued by what we're doing. So I'm trying to design my post to where it's bringing out curiosity and conversation instead of sales. Also think about yourself as a marketer and how you post with, like, think about the magazines at the store. A magazine at the store will give like a blurby highlight, right? And you're like, dang, I need to buy that magazine because I need to find out who Angelina Jolie is getting married to this week, right? So that's kind of what you want to do with Plexus. So what that would look like, an example, you could, shake up a shake. Instead of saying this Plexus lean shake, blah, 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 you could say, you could put across in using apps or even the Facebook editing features. You could say weight loss, energy, gut health, prebiotics. You could put these great headlines. So now people are going to come to you and be like, hey, what the heck is she drinking with all this great stuff in it? So just a little marketing tip. I don't know. I think people buy solutions over ingredients. So if we can show what solutions our products give, that's more impactful than an ingredient list, I think, for me. So I like to say market yourself first and market your product second. People follow people that are fun, that add value, and that are engaging. So that's kind of my best marketing tips. It's so involved. Like I did a whole weekend on this topic and I just tried to squeeze it into like 5 minutes, which is really hard. Okay, so that's number 1. Second step is communication. Repeat after me, like I said earlier, no commission breath. You have to be a professional communicator. Talk to people, ask them questions, engage with them, compliment them. Do everything authentically though. Don't be doing it for your business. Do it in a loving way that's authentic. Go for the relationship. just start messaging people randomly and just say like, oh my gosh, that was the cutest picture of your kid. Where'd you get that? Whatever. One thing I like to do, and you could see it in Messenger, on Messenger, on my phone, it shows how many people are active, right? You can't see it. You can go through all the people that you are not in Plexus and you want to engage. Maybe they're on your list. Just go through and send them a message, not about Plexus. And just say, hey, I know we haven't spoken in a while. I see that you're doing XYZ. Just wanted to say, stop in and say hi, happy holidays. That's just engaging people as a friend. Now, what that's going to do is like, your name's going to come up more in the newsfeed now too. So, it's kind of twofold. We talk a lot about the 4 colors in Plexus. It doesn't matter what I am. I speak to other people's language. I'm a red, blue, and I got a little bit of green in me, but like, I don't care what I am. If I know someone is a yellow, I'm speaking to their language. Or if they're a blue, I'm talking their language. It doesn't matter what we are. You got to have to learn how to speak to humans. So I want to write a book called How to Speak Human, because I think it's so important. And think about like what you'd want people to say to you. And then would you say it to someone else? So if you're in that position where you're sending a lot of cold messages and copy and pasting, would you buy from someone that did that to you? So that's kind of like what I stopped doing. I was doing that a lot, prior to this year. Okay. Number 3 is the exposure process. Guys, ATM. I know Jana has a testimony page. Rockin' Testimonies is what it's called. This ATM system is why I signed 64 people this year. And God knows how many customers on top of that. I don't sell, I expose. And you have to stop thinking of yourself as the message. You are not the message. Plexus is the message. You are the messenger. You are connecting people. You're connecting your friends to messages, whether it's a testimony, whether it's an ingredient list, whether it's a video in your back office, no matter what it is, you're just the connector. And that's going to take so much pressure off of you, because now you're going to feel like I don't have to know everything. And when people join your team, they're going to feel like I don't have to know everything. I just got to know where to go tag someone. So ATM stands for add tag message. You add them to the page, the Rockin' Testimonies page. You tag them in posts related to them. For example, I have a friend that joined this weekend. She has fibromyalgia. I had no idea. She posted it in a community page looking for CBD oil. And I was like, no, excuse me. No, not on my watch. Nothing against it, but you're my friend. You're joining me. So I said, oh my goodness, can I just show you, can I put you in our online community page and just show you my personal friends that have had results with fibromyalgia just by using our products? And I always make sure it's my personal friends in case they want to talk to them. And she's like, sure. So I added her. I tagged her in posts about fibromyalgia. And then I messaged her right away and say, listen, Kelly, I just tagged you in a few posts. I'm not sure if you're really interested, but I really want you to read them. These are my actual friends. One of them I went to high school with. Would you just give it some serious thought, and I'll check back with you later. Check back with her. And then I say, okay, did you get a chance to read it? On a scale of 1 to 10, how interested are you in trying? That's a good line. Save that. Hold that thought though. Don't write it yet. And she's like, oh my God, a 10. Oh God, it's like a unicorn when they say that. Yes, 10. I can stop working now. But anyways, so add tag message, exposure process. There are different ways to expose too. If you don't want to use that testimony page, I know we do 7-day trials. Jana did that 14-day challenge with the lean. We do 3-day blitzes. You can expose them just through, you can share testimonies that you find, but be the connector, be the messenger, don't be the message, and it's going to make your job so much easier. And when you simplify your job, you're going to want to work more because it becomes easy. Okay. I have a pretty good closing rate when I can get someone in that page and just ATM them. And I think that's where most of my people are coming from this year. I'm going to say, third-party tools. Third-party tools are going to be your new best friend, okay? You don't have to know the ingredients and what they do. I don't know what's in any of our products. I'm telling you, I think chromium or beetroot or something. I just know where to go find it. I know in the back office under shareables, there's product information sheets. If I need to go learn something, that's where I go. If someone wants product information, I just send it the PDF to them. All right, so use third-party tools. That's what Jana, we got through this without all this stuff. We just shared testimonies. Third part, like ingredients, I don't even know what's in it. Just take it, you'll feel good. Okay, so I like to use the process expose, involve, upgrade. So exposing, just getting them into a page. Involving them, that's the tagging part, and upgrading is what's coming next, is when they order or join you. So that is the follow-up and close section. This is number 4. And this is where you're gonna separate the men from the boys. I'm telling you, if you wanna be a top earner, you have to get really good at follow-up and stop worrying that you're bugging people, because if you do it right, you're never bugging people. I have people say to me all the time, thank goodness you're there to remind me, I keep forgetting. This is not high on their priority list, guys. It's pretty low. People have a lot going on in their lives, and you have to be the person that kindly and gently reminds them. And if you do it right, you won't be annoying and pushy. And I'm going to give you some tips too. So one thing with follow-up, you need to get really organized. 24 to 48 hours after your initial contact. I would say never go 48 hours. If you're asking someone to read a testimony or watch a video, I say 2 to 3 hours or the next day. But the fortunes and the follow-up, so 24 to 48 hours is huge. And then after I give them a third-party tool and say, you know, did you get a chance to watch it? That's when I say, guys, this is so simple. On a scale of 1 to 10, how interested are you? Oh my God. It's like, now you get a subjective answer. So when someone is like 2, I'll be like, okay, bye, Felicia. I'm not wasting any more time. I was like, okay, well, you know, you're in the group now, and maybe you're not interested, but maybe in 6 months you will be, and I'll be here. Trust me, I'm not going anywhere. That's what I say to those lower numbers. To those 5, 6, and 7s, okay, so you're not so ready yet, but what are you missing? Oh, I just need to do some research. I'm like, oh God, that's the kiss of death. I'm like, okay, what kind of research? Do you want product information? Do you need pricing? I try to get what research they want, because I don't want them going to Google. And I try to just ask questions to where I can give them what they're looking for versus waiting for them to do their research. The 8s, 9s, and 10s, this is my closing line. It's what I use every time. So simple. Okay, so what, are you ready to set up your account today? That's it. That's all I do. Are you ready to set up your account today? Simple lines I use over and over that are so effective, okay? If someone says no, you know, I don't get paid till Friday, I say, perfect. I'm going to check in with you Thursday night to make sure you're still good to go. So on Friday, we could set up a time where you and I can get on the phone and we can enroll you. And you better make sure you check in with them Thursday night, because your word means a lot. So you're telling them when you're going to follow up and you don't, that looks really bad. I know I don't hire anyone that doesn't follow up. I mean, plumbers, pool people, no one. You don't follow up, you're fired. Another little tip for follow-up I have, guys, is a little bit separate, but if someone, I always set up the next date. I always set up the next time so that people know that I'm coming to follow up, and that then I don't feel annoying. So if they say, you know, I'm really busy this weekend, can I touch base with you next week? And I said, sure, I'm going to check in with you Monday. You know, have a great weekend, you know, have a great time with everyone. I'm going to check in with you Monday night, because I know you work during the day. And just to make sure that we're on the same page, and to make sure you know, you read what I sent you. So then Monday night, she knows I'm coming. They know I'm coming because I set it up, right? So make sure you're always setting up your next follow-up. Then you won't feel annoying and pushy. There are times I get ignored. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? I get ignored too. Or someone that says they're going to order, and you know, they saw your message, but they're, you know, don't respond. I always go back. I don't leave it at that. I always say, if I'm really good friends with them, I joke around. I'm like, you know, you can ignore me, but you can't, you know, you could say no, that you don't want to do it anymore, but you can't ignore me. Ha ha, LOL, funny emojis. I always try to go back, or I'm like, or I go, Bueller, you know, I always try to do something funny just so people know I'm not like this crazy Plexus person. I'm still like their friend. But don't ever let someone sit there that hasn't responded to you, because sometimes kids get people's phones. Sometimes they check while they're driving and they forget to get back to you. Just go back again and just, you know, kindly, gently say, hey, I'm still here if you're still interested. Another follow-up line, this is a good one. Today I'm doing my follow-up, and you're on my follow-up list. Just checking to see if you're still interested. If not, do you want me to remove you from my list? And then you put it on them. And I just say, no big deal if you're not interested anymore. Just let me know, because I don't want to keep bugging you. So that's a little follow-up line I do a lot. So that's follow-up. And then the last step is a little bit more involved and difficult and less objective, more subjective, and that's leadership. You got to duplicate what you're doing. We have a whole lot of people doing a lot, and they're not duplicating down. So we want duplication, and that means you have to become the teacher. You have to become the person that people go to for answers, or not for answers, but because you don't want, I could talk about that all day. But if you're not building leaders, you won't have a job, because you can't do it all the time. You just can't. So that's the 5 steps. I do have a couple things that I do want to touch on too. I know Jana said 30 minutes, but once you put a microphone on me, it's over. I cleaned out my Facebook profile. I don't have Plexus anywhere on my about section. I don't have it in my cover photo or my profile picture. Again, this is just me. It's not something you have to do, but what I've learned was if they can go to your page and within 5 minutes know what you're doing it wrong. So it's something I've bought into. You might not buy into that, and that's okay. But I just cleaned that up a little bit, because I've had people come to me that said, oh, you're just friending me because you want to sell me Plexus. So I don't want people doing that for me. I want to friend people to grow my audience and to engage more people to my wall. Here's a little thing. Most people go on Facebook to be takers, right? 90% of people show up on Facebook to take, whether it's funny things or recipes or mom hacks or whatever. But you have to be the 10% that shows up to add value, not take value, right? So maybe you just give your best mom tips, or maybe you give tips on how to organize a meal plan, whatever you're good at. I don't know what you're all good at. Or maybe you give tips on how to get your kids out the door in the morning, or how to save $5 a week. Whatever your little niche is, give a tip here and there, and you're going to get so many followers. It's crazy. There's so many diamonds I follow personally, just because they're like, here's how I raise my kids, or here's how I plan meals for the week, or here's how I curl my hair. Like, just adding tips you're just going to gain followers, and people are just going to fall in love with you, and you're going to stand out a little bit more. So those are that's my, what do you got? What kind of questions you got?
Okay, so I took 3 pages of notes.
Dang. I'm like sweating. I want to take my clothes off.
And I'm totally not green, so that's good for me. Okay, so my first question is, if anybody follows Bob Heilig, you've heard him say what Erin is saying about creating curiosity. My first question is, we're sponsoring people all the time. I sponsored somebody a couple of weeks ago that is just now starting, like she's been taking the products for a while, but she's starting some of the other products. So what kind of advice would you give to somebody that's just starting, and you're advising them not to really post specifically about Plexus? What would somebody's first post look like?
So it could be as simple as, I'm so excited about the new supplements I ordered from my friend Erin that's helped her with energy, weight loss, and sleep. Just instead of saying Plexus, just the new supplements, or this new program I'm taking that's helped my friend Erin with XYZ. Well, it could be, it doesn't have to be me. It could be, someone else, anxiety, weight loss, mood, whatever it is.
Okay, that's good. Okay, one thing I want everybody to understand is that, I know everybody's going to want to go look and see what Erin's Facebook looks like. It's really important to follow the diamonds and don't friend them, because we have to kind of save our friends for people that are going to actually be customers and ambassadors. But Erin posts publicly. So if you're a follower of Erin, you can see all of her stuff, style, how she posts and stuff. So if you're wanting to see all the stuff that she's talking about, how she actually posts, go follow her and you can see those things. I wanted to make note of that.
And I'm not saying, like, if you're new, maybe you do come out and say plexus in the beginning. I don't know. Like, I don't have the answer because I'm not new. When I was new, we did it all over the place for, like, I did it till like 6 months ago until I kind of felt like I had to evolve a little bit. Because I wasn't, like, I have people coming to me for the first time. I used to have to, like, message people and go to people to try to get them to even talk to me. And now for the first time in a long time, they're coming to me because I changed my style of posting. But like I said, when you just put out like the movie trailer and not the movie, you're more apt to like get people to engage with you.
Right. And I feel like that what you said was so good about finding things that you're passionate about and posting about those things, as well as whatever, if you're going to post like plexus or supplements or whatever that is, if people see you as a passionate person, they're going to want to follow you because you're talking about whatever it is that you're passionate about. And so we always studied the 4 color personalities, and I think you kind of have to draw from whatever it is that you're good at, whether that's, you know, parenting or makeup tips or whatever that is that you're good at, food prep, like you were saying, and post about those things. And I think that really draws people in, because I know when we were starting and we were posting, we didn't care whether it was plexus or not. We were just passionate about whatever it was that we were posting. And that's what people follow. And I think that is the biggest takeaway from this, is that if you're posting passionately about whatever it is, whether that's, you know, hey, I started this probiotic and I'm feeling really great about it, and you don't even mention plexus, if people see you as a passionate person, they're going to be more apt to follow you and follow your stuff and watch your stuff. So I think that's really good. I was watching a Bob Heilig video about Instagram and social media, and there was a girl on there that was just talking about how important it is to interact with people, like you were saying, how you message people. When you message somebody, they're not only going to see your stuff in their feed, they're going to go look at your wall, because if they haven't seen you in a while and you say, hey, you know, like you said, happy holidays, it's been a long time since I talked to you, blah, blah, blah. They're going to be curious about what you're posting. Even if they don't see it in their feed, they're going to be like, oh gosh, I haven't heard from Erin in a long time. Let me go see what she's doing. And if they can see the first few posts talk about how much your health has improved, they're going to be curious about that, whether you're talking about plexus or not.
Yeah.
And I think you have to be like really purposeful about posting that, but not only posting that, but other stuff too.
Your wall has to be clean and purposeful, in my opinion. Like, I don't do any of those shared. I don't share anything from any, because they look, to me, it looks dirty. If you do that, I'm sorry, I apologize. I love you so much. But it dirties up my wall. Like, I don't let anyone tag me without approving, because I don't want other people's tags on my wall, because I don't know what they're saying. And if it doesn't match my vibe, I don't want it on my wall, because that's my TV commercial. I try, when I do post about plexus, I try to use a picture of, not plexus, maybe it is just a pink drink, or maybe it's a picture of my kids, but I don't just put a picture out there. I tie a little story. And in this story is solutions. So 90% of the people will just put a picture and say, here's the plexus, message me. But if you say, wow, 4 years ago, I couldn't sleep, I had no energy, I was a mom bee, and blah, 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 blah. Now you're telling a little story and you're catching people's eye. So be really intentional. Know your audience. If your audience is a bunch of stay-at-home moms, you're going to want to do mom tips. If your audience is a bunch of working moms, maybe give a tip. Play to your audience, speak to your audience. But all these branding posts, I guess, these lifestyle posts, they're more to humanize you. So people see you as a person and not just a salesperson. Like I said, be a human first, be a marketer second.
Yeah. And I also think that you have to really know who your prime customer or your golden team member would be, and post your posts according to that. So
Mhm.
like if your person that you're trying to attract are stay-at-home moms or busy working moms, then post solutions to things that a busy working mom or stay-at-home mom
Mhm.
would love to see. And so I think that that's really, really important. I love all these tips. I think that the takeaway that I got from everything is the follow-up. And we talk about the follow-up so much, and it
I'm
sounds
so
so,
good at it.
oh gosh, it sounds so cliche because we always say the fortune is upon the follow-up. But
But
oh my gosh, is that not just so true? Because do you hardly ever get a sale unless it's in a follow-up?
I mean, listen, I've had hundreds of ambassadors, thousands of customers probably at this point. I think 5 of them have ordered on the spot.
Yeah.
Like, it takes work. Like, those are the people you're like, oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh, God, the work here's done. Here's my website. I'm done. But, like, that doesn't happen very often. It takes work. So you have to follow up. But if you use simple systems and simple scripts, it's become so easy. Like, I'm so good at it because I'm not afraid to do it. And I'm not afraid to let people know I'm coming on Monday. You better read your stuff I sent you.
Yeah.
Oh, you're ordering Friday? Okay, check in with you Thursday. Like, that
Yeah.
scale of 1 to 10 thing, guys, that is so objective. Like, people are just like, now, okay, now you'll have at least a clear idea
Yeah.
where they're at in the process. Maybe they're sold just on the testimony. Maybe they're sold just on your passion. Maybe they're sold on the shareables from the back office. Maybe they're not sold at all and need more information.
Yeah. Yeah, and the ad tag and message group is so huge. Like that is where I've gotten my last customers and ambassadors have come from that group. So I
Mhm.
feel like that group really does the work for you. And if
Totally.
you create your page to draw in people to follow you and then you
Yeah.
direct them to that page, it really does most of the work for you. So I
Write
think
this,
that that's huge.
write this down. Well, first of all, 10% of my business is just what I post on Facebook. That's not working my business. That's just content I'm creating for my wall. The money is in the messenger. The money is what you do behind the scenes to build that relationship, to build the trust, to connect people to the information, to connect them to third-party tools. The money you make is in Messenger, okay? The money is not on Facebook. Rarely do you post something and someone says, man, I'm all in, I'm joining your team. It doesn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's same thing for handing out business cards and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. If you don't get their information and follow up with them, you
Yeah,
might as well just be putting that business card in the trash because
I don't even
people
do it.
are
I'm just like, are you on
just,
Facebook? Can I send you a friend request?
yep,
Just,
yep, same thing. Um, okay, so I am going to read all of these notes and I invite you guys to post. I'm going to post a post in the Rocking Group, and I want you guys to post your notes in there. And even if you think somebody already posted the same notes, please post whatever it is that you took away from this call, because what happens is people go in the Rocking Group, and if they see people posting on there, they're going to say, hey, you know what, I need to be on the next call. Or they may say, I don't have time to watch the call, I'm going to just read these notes and I'm going to do, you want your teams to hear the information in this call. So I'm going to post that in the Rocking Group, and I want you guys to post your notes in there, and I'm going to put all my stuff together and post my notes too. But I learned so much, Erin, from this call, and I followed you when you were in Cabo with your, that was a
no.
great place to do a training, just saying.
Yeah, until you get the Mexican flu and end up with a stomach virus.
Oh, yeah. No, that's not
No, it
good.
was great. And those people, like, what I can say is align yourself with giants. Like, like, when I joined Flexus, I'm like, I need Taro to know who I am. Like, I had that attitude from the beginning. I'm like, people need to know my name. And it's not because, like, I'm amazing. I just felt like I wanted a voice. And I love teaching. I love training. So I wanted to align myself with these giants. And the people I followed were John and Nadia Melton. Follow them on Facebook. They do live videos every day about network marketing. They give such value for free. This is why they have 1 million followers, because they give value for free.
Yeah.
I started by paying for their course. You know, about social media training. And then I got in touch with this woman, Danelle Delgado, and she invited me to their retreat. And it was a huge expense, and I was a week away from my family. It was a lot of money, but it was the best thing I ever did.
Yeah.
So I think if you're constantly in learning mode, you're constantly an asset to someone. So become an asset to someone. Be someone's, go teach someone something,
Yeah. Yeah, bring value. That is so huge. I love that. Okay. Thank you, Erin, so much for being on the call. I so appreciate it. I got so much value out of it. I hope you guys did too. And I will post in the Rocking Group, and I want you guys to add your notes. And have a great Thursday night. Thank you, Erin, again.
Guys.
I appreciate you coming on. And now it's time you can
to work. Go implement. Good night.
Yeah, and you can go to bed now.
Oh, thanks. I'm a wife.
Thanks for staying up with us.
Bye.
Bye, guys.